Hey guys, it's Stephen here the day after Manchester City's 3-0 victory against Fulham. Yet again, just a very quick video. I'm currently away in London with the family. This is a quick hotel video as Nicola pops out to get an ice cream with Ruben, which is a true story. But I still want to talk about yesterday's game. The dust has settled a little bit, and of course it's the international break. And there were things I wanted to talk about in more detail. Now we've sort of breathed a little bit after that chaotic game. And there are 5 things that I want to talk about. There isn't going to be my usual graphics on screen because I just want to enjoy my time here. So this is just going to be me going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to have to pay attention or listen. None of the little reveals at the bottom. But I still think it's good fun to talk about this game and what we take from it. Of course, my match reaction was yesterday, and there's loads more talking points, but this is just the 5 things that leapt out to me in various forms. Please do give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new to it as well. It is more than appreciated. So the first thing that I want to talk about really is probably Edison, actually. I mean, Edison's actually in quietly fine form right now. Edison yesterday made a whole bunch of saves. I saw Sam Lee tongue-in-cheek tweet that he made 𝙏𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙬𝙚 saves yesterday, and he did. 𝙤𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙖𝙬 through and goal. Edison made a bunch of brilliant saves that kept essentially Manchester City in the game. I think a large part of why we won yesterday is Edison. It's absolutely Edison. We can't deny that those saves were crucial. 𝙤𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙬𝙬 made himself absolutely unplayable. There are things you have to accept every now and then. Doesn't matter how well you can play. If someone can hit a ball down the channel, 𝙤𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙬𝙬 only needs you can give him a 5-meter head start and he will still get there every now and then, and he will cause you trouble because it's just almost impossible to stop that pace. It doesn't matter how well you read that line, he will get in behind at one point if the ball is just hit into the channel, and that happened a few times. Some of them were bad defending, some of them were just 𝙤𝙬𝙨𝙩𝙬𝙬 being sort of unplayable, and in that instance you need to get out of jail guard, and thankfully Edison was that man. I do believe, everything happens for a reason. I do believe Edison staying with the pressure of Stefan Ortega breathing down his neck will, help his form. Edison is self-aware. He's been at Manchester City for an awful long time. There were rumours about him leaving in the summer. There were rumours that he wasn't too happy with the idea of not being number 1 as well. Could have been nonsense. But he was so close to joining the Saudi League. I think that's pretty fair to say. But he stayed. And even though his pre-season form was sort of sketchy, I think he's quietly in pretty good form right now. He's made a few saves, and I think I've twice this season talked about him in these post-game videos. I don't think that's a coincidence that, he's stepping up like this after the challenge that he's been given. Edison is a Manchester City legend. He is. He's our keeper for the most successful period, in this club's history, probably in any English club's history, full stop. And he has to be respected. And I do want to single him out and give him the praise that he needs because, he's a remarkable player and he absolutely deserves the credit he's going to get. Second thing I want to talk about is I wrote Rodri is missed, get to January. And I think both of them are sort of true. We miss Rodri, but let's get to January. And I don't mean January simply because we can sign players. That's part of it. I think that's because probably where Man City get to their best. We've got the transfer window sort of looming over us at that point. But I also feel at that point you have Ake hopefully back. You have Oscar Bob back. Hopefully Kevin De Bruyne back. And I think at that point as well, we sort of know where we are. The season is settled. The new signings, Gundogan and Savino, whatever, the more settled yet again. We know exactly who's in form, who isn't in form, what we tried, and I think we're very much used to the idea of no Rodri by then. And I do think, of course, getting to January is it's sort of like it's an aim. If we can get to January and be around the top still, I'll start to feel quietly confident because I think it has been very, very difficult for this City side to deal with the shock of Rodri. It's a massive loss to leave a player of that quality. Of course, a draw against Newcastle, then a convincing win in the Champions League, and yesterday a very unconvincing win against Fulham. It's difficult to get away without Rodri, but we can't deny, that we're going to have to find a solution. And I think just having an aim, get to January, scrape wins if we can, find solutions, find ideas, and deal with the fact that Rodri is missed, and he is missed, because we were holding on defensively yesterday. We really were. The shape is just not good right now. It's chaotic, and we've got players trying to do a Rodri impression. It's hard. It's difficult. And I think there's an element of survival while Guardiola tries to work it out, while players adapt to the new season still. We try and get certain players back from injury and so on. And I do think, by the way, Ake, Oscar Bob, De Bruyne, Ake and Oscar Bob, we talk about Rodri and De Bruyne, but I think those two are going to make more of a difference than you realise. Nathan Ake has so much maturity, so much composure, and I think he'd make a lot of difference to that defence and just in the organisation. So I do feel like we have to sort of just get to that point. January, hopefully we sign someone with linked to that Ricci fella. You know, who knows? I've seen tenuous links to other midfielders. We will see. But I think that's a nice aim for City. Just survive these winter months, get to the turn of the year, maybe go into the market, but see where we're at when everyone's back from injury and see what we can do. The third thing I want to talk about personally as well is that I think this City side still do have spirit, you know. There's a lot to be said for the way that they don't know when they are beaten. And it must be so frustrating if you're watching as a rival or as a Fulham fan to see them have so many big chances. And we got lucky a little bit, but the answer is still there. We still find a way to score. We still find a way to get back into the game, and we've scraped a victory yet again. And that could have been a defeat or a draw yesterday, but we won. And I think there's no question marks about their hunger in this side. I think there's currently question marks about form, fitness and instruction and the solution. But I don't think there's any question mark about their mentality as players. Because I don't think we win that yesterday if the players weren't aware of their roles and their desire to go and win another title. So I think as much as we can talk about the problems, I think we also have to respect that these players are consummate professionals and do have that talent and do have that hunger to try and find a way to win. I'm always amazed how quickly Man City try and turn it around when they concede a goal. We concede a lot, but then we always react and we get an equaliser, or we go ahead again, or we go into siege mode, and it's always special. And to do that without Rodri yesterday, look, we didn't really go into siege mode, but we definitely had an answer and went back in front and all that kind of stuff. I think it's impressive, and I want to give them credit where it's due, because a lot of people, you know, are very quick to highlight the negatives but not always the positives. The fourth thing is that we saw potentially a glimpse of the final Doku product. Like, I did not know he had that in him at all. And I think Doku himself said afterwards that, you know, he's had a slow start to the season, but he's been happy with his form in the last few games. And I thought he was the best on the pitch against Slovan Bratislava. I know they're sort of journeyman footballers in terms of the level, but I still think you've got to beat what's in front of you, and Doku had a really excellent game. And I think he got the goal that his performances deserved yesterday, and it was some goal. Fortune does favour the brave, and that saying exists for a reason. And Doku yesterday decided to take it on, and that strike, man, the swerve on that, like the goal you score at the beach with a flyaway, the ball was swerving all over the place. If Doku can find that confidence to do that more often, you got a special player there. You really have. The trickery, the pace, and he's added work rate to his game as well. And you can add an end product like that with goals. If he can get to 10 goals, 10 assists a season, that kind of level, it's not insane, but it's really effective and really good. Because he absolutely... Hello, Ruben. I'm doing some work. He absolutely just walked in. No, it's okay, don't worry. I've only got a minute left. Come here. Come on, Daddy will do his video quickly. What have you got? And Doku really has got it. Yeah. In the bin. Daddy will put it in the bin. There we go. And Doku has added that to his game, and I think it's a really good. Hi, Daddy. Cuddle. And I think it's a really encouraging glimpse of what's to come. Kovacic. That is the next thing I was going to talk about. Actually, I was going to talk about Kovacic stepping up, because Kovacic yesterday showed that even though defensively he's got a lot to learn, Kovacic yesterday. Kovacic actually stepped up, and I've always had a theory that in the world, I always feel that in general, when you've got a squad of talented footballers, Daddy's talking to the camera because he's one of his videos, when you've got a squad of talented players, usually someone steps up, even if it's a player who hasn't previously, because I believe it. We've seen it previously where Foden went false nine, or Gundogan became a great goal scorer, or whatever. And I think yesterday we saw what can happen when you trust in players to try and solve a problem. Kovacic scored 2 really good goals. Good goals. You say goal. And they were beautiful goals. And I think he's matched his career tally already. No, sorry, he's one of his best season tallies already. Got to mummy. And I was really impressed by his reaction. He's got so much experience, Kovacic, and even though he's got a lot to learn defensively, he's never been a 6, by the way, so can't judge him what he can and can't do. But if he shows that work rate and shows that ability to learn and try and commit going forward, it's really impressive. And I've got so much patience for anyone who's willing to sort of try and ride a storm like that. And I thought it was a really nice goal from Kovacic, the second one in particular. And he was in that Rodri position for the first one as well, you know, so he's doing his job there. So I thought it was a really... Do you want to go in the cot? Okay, it's got the quote on it, yeah. Because I put it in there because it was so scruffy behind me. You got to stand there if he wants to. So I was sorry about this. So I was really impressed with Kovacic yesterday. I thought he stepped up, and it was. Yeah, it was a really impressive little kind of glimpse of what he could add to his game. If he adds goals, gets 6-7 goals this season out of nowhere, when he previously was a 1 goal season player, that matters. Those little incremental gains are what gets you over the finishing line. And we could look back, 6 months from now and go, God, Kovacic scoring that brace against Fulham was really crucial, because those little things make a difference when someone steps up, Yeah. Anyway, guys, can you say City? Guys, I'll leave it there. Just a quick video from the hotel room in old London town. Ruby can go, all right, geezer. Ruby's been going, all right, geezer. Now he's got cake and he wants that. Thanks for watching this video. Sorry for the interruption. In a bit, guys, watch my interaction from yesterday. Like, subscribe. Bye-bye.